Do you think the Vatican and the Freemasons exist in parallel worlds? Behind the scenes of history, an invisible war is being waged for control over the minds of billions of people. The Catholic Church is seen as a symbol of faith and spirituality. Masonic lodges represent secret societies and hidden knowledge. Are they eternal enemies? Or conversely, two sides of the same coin? Official history speaks of conflict between the Vatican and the Freemasons. Popes issued bulls against Freemasonry, while Freemasons criticized the Church for hypocrisy. But what if this conflict is just a cover? What if behind the loud declarations lies a secret battle for influence, power, and the souls of believers? Too many strange coincidences suggest that this war may not be as straightforward as it seems. Why can Masonic symbols be found in the Vatican? Why have some cardinals been suspected of belonging to Masonic lodges? Who are the Masons in cassocks, and why does the official narrative remain silent about their existence? It's known that in the mid-20th century, scandals involving high-ranking clerics exposed links between the Vatican and the Propaganda Due Lodge, P2, one of the most influential Masonic organizations in Italy. P2 controlled banks, politics, and, according to researchers, had agents within the Vatican. In 1981, journalist Carlo Lucarelli published an investigation claiming that the P2 Lodge played a key role in financial scandals involving the Vatican. The investigation included names like Lizio Gelli, the Grand Master of P2, and Roberto Calvi, known as the God's Banker, who was found hanging under a bridge in London in 1982. Officially ruled a suicide, the circumstances of his death point to a meticulously planned murder. Calvi managed the Vatican Bank's finances and was suspected of laundering money for the Mafia and Masonic structures. In 1978, Pope John Paul I died just 33 days after his election. The official version, heart attack. But too many coincidences raise questions. Why did he want to implement reforms targeting corrupt Vatican structures? Why is his death surrounded by contradictions, including the disappearance of medical records? Why were people in his inner circle suspected of ties with the P2 Masonic Lodge? Pope John Paul I planned to reform the Vatican Bank and dismiss several high-ranking clerics, including Cardinal Paul Marcinkus, who later became embroiled in financial scandals linked to P2. The Pope died because he knew too much, claimed investigative author David Yallop in his book, In God's Name. Yallop described how John Paul I was preparing to release documents exposing corruption within the Vatican and its ties to Masonic organizations. In his notes, the Pope referred to hidden forces operating within the shadows of the Holy See. These forces were willing to do anything to maintain their power. Have you ever noticed the all-seeing eye on cathedral domes, Masonic symbols on Vatican coats of arms, strange rituals that resemble ancient secret society ceremonies? These are not just architectural decorations, they are traces of influence that cannot be ignored. Renowned Masonic historian John Robinson wrote, "Masonic symbols are so deeply woven into the fabric of Western culture that we've stopped noticing their presence." He pointed out that many of these symbols trace back to ancient mystical traditions later adapted by the Church. The Vatican officially condemns Freemasonry, but why do we see the opposite behind the scenes? Why do influential businessmen linked to Freemasonry have access to the highest echelons of the Vatican? Why did Vatican bankers cooperate with financiers from Masonic lodges? Why do Vatican decisions often align with the interests of secret organizations? Perhaps the real war is not about destruction but about control. Control over faith. Control over consciousness. Control over the future. Freemasons claim to bring the light of knowledge. The Vatican claims to bring the light of faith. But what if both are just creating an illusion of choice? Who really controls our beliefs? Who benefits from us believing in their struggle? And what if the true rulers of the world are those standing above both of them? In the next article, we will reveal the truth about the black aristocracy. Who really controls the Vatican and the global government? You will discover why many decisions made worldwide lead to the same hidden structure. Stay with us to uncover the truth before it's too late. What do you think? Are the